Hi everybody and welcome back to episode number 3 of the Campfire Sessions. And if you've not seen the previous one, just follow the link that I'll put up here and you can see the previous ones as well. Or just visit it on my YouTube channel, of course. The Campfire Sessions, it started 2 days ago with the introduction of me being a jury member on the Scandinavian Outdoor Awards. But if you need to know more background on that one, watch video 1. This is a video about the Ecco Biom 2.0 that has been delivered to us for testing to have a judgment on it for the Scandinavian Outdoor Award. And one thing that really surprised me is basically the looks of the shoe, because it is the Scandinavian Outdoor Award. And to be honest, when I look at the Biom 2.0, I don't see a really outdoor shoe. I see more like a casual shoe, like a sneaker. And when I was reading the application, Ecco also talks about it is a urban shoe, maybe for light running, and you can use it in the gyms. So in that respect, I'm not totally sure if this is an outdoor shoe. But of course, I have been testing this one for a whole day in the Netherlands, in the outdoors. Of course, not only in the outdoors, but also into sort of city life. I live in a very small village, so I had to go somewhere to see how the shoe works. But let me first get into some detail. I have been using Ecco shoes already for I think about 15 years, and I've seen the development of the Biom vision or construction. And now let me get one of the shoes. What is really special is the fact that the Biom construction, it is a sort of wraparound cradle construction. And that means that every time when I use a Ecco shoe with this construction, with the Biom technology, it is a very flexible, it gives a lot of feedback because of this, but it is also a very stable shoe. Now with the Ecco Biom 2.0, Ecco has done something new basically. There is a new midsole construction, which they call, when I'm pronouncing it correct, for an atom, and it provides more stability to the shoe itself. You can see this if you just try to bend it in this way, and this is something that I do with basically every shoe. And if you think that this is a sneaker or a casual shoe, this is really perfect also for a hiking boot, because it's very stiff in the middle part. There's a good connection between the front and the rear. So that means it's a lot of stability. Also, when you look around the heel cup, it's a really nice wraparound thing, so you've got this nice heel fixation. What's new is that it's got 2 of these, well, they call it wings on the side, and you can see it here. This is one wing and that's the other one, and that also provides stability. Now what is also nice is that there is a flexing point. Where is it? It's in here, and this flexing point makes that it really bends there where it should be, under the middle of the forefoot, and that makes that you have a really nice rolling motion when walking. So this is a very positive story, if I'm not thinking into outdoor, but there is a little bit more than meets the eye. Because the outside, this is not a waterproof shoe. And it doesn't need to be, in my opinion, because a lot of hiking shoes are waterproof, while people don't even hike in rainy circumstances. But this one is not waterproof. It breathes really, really well. Of course, not through the sole, because that's one massive synthetic structure. But on the upper, it does. Now, Ecco declares that this is a sort of, how do we call this? Neoprene-like material. Yes, it's a bit of neoprene-like. But what I know from my surfing suits that are made out of neoprene is that they are waterproof. Now this construction, it's totally not waterproof, and when you walk through wet grass, and I've done quite a lot, it gets quite easily soaked. And I've been using this one for about I think a week maybe in total. And what surprises me is that the yellow color, everybody thinks it's a beautiful shoe. Also everybody thinks that it's a bit funny and thinks that I'm a duck. But it is already getting into this, I like it, but not really yellow-orange anymore. It's fading away. You can see it already after a week, which I'm not sure if that is positive. The protection around, of course, the very nice heel cup is a very good way of protecting the surroundings. Also this part. On the front there is a piece of leather, which is sort of okay, but it is a shoe that gets really fast dirty, of course, in this one. what I also notice is that because of the neoprene elastic construction, to get the shoe on you need this loop and you need the front loop and then you pull it. This one is basically too small, this one is fine, but it is very tight to squeeze in. And what I already see is now that after a couple of days that the construction is basically not as tight anymore as it was in the first days of testing. And when hiking in the outdoors, I've got quite a lot of rubbish inside the shoe, so you have to take it out and get the stuff out, which is actually not what I like about hiking shoes. For running, that could be fine. And that's something that I've done as well, and running, this is a perfect shoe. The laces themselves, they are, I think, made of 100% cotton. That's how they feel, at least. There's no description of them. They are a little bit long, they loosen quite easily, and when they are wet, they don't loosen at all, because the cotton absorbs a lot of moisture, which is, I don't think it's the most clever way to go in this way. What we also know is that Ecco uses leather from the, which has been treated by the dry tan construction, which uses a lot of less water. That's why it's called dry tan. And what I like about it is that Ecco as a company is also very aware of their responsibilities and of their sustainability, which I think is perfectly all right. One thing that is not correct on this shoe, because this is just a first production sample, is the outsole, because of all the coloring. And that is something that I really think is a pity, because the new ones, they are going to be totally black. And one of the key features that I like about this shoe is basically the design of the outsole as well. The outsole, it performs quite well on wet and dry circumstances. It doesn't have really big lugs, so if you try to go over rocks, we don't have them in the Netherlands. I tried it at a water construction in the river next to me, where I live, and it's sort of okay. It's not really slippery. So that's what I wanted to tell with you about the new Ecco Biom 2.0, which in my opinion is not a really urban outdoor hiking shoe, but just a very nice casual running shoe, hiking shoe, maybe for in the city. That's all. Now, one thing that I would like to ask you, would you please give me a comment on your thoughts if this Ecco Biom 2.0 is a urban outdoor shoe or this is just a casual shoe or a sneaker? Because if all of you think that this is definitely urban outdoor, then I should definitely change my opinion on what is and what is not urban outdoor. Thanks so much in advance. Now, if this is the first time that you see one of my videos, then you might not know that I am a 100% independent reviewer. And if you like this video, then you might also like the reviews that I make. They are very in-depth, always into detail, and they're not very short. So if you like this, please have a look. I'll put the link up there as well. And if you like what I do, then please follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page, but above all, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the alarm bell so you know when I uploaded a new video. And if you do, many thanks in advance. The next video that I will be publishing is due tomorrow about the same time, and it's going to be about a very nice little piece of equipment, the ZlideOn zipper repair kit. So if you want to see that one, watch me tomorrow. Enjoy your evening and enjoy the outdoors. And stay safe. Ciao, ciao. Absolutely fantastic car. Look at this, how it looks. It's absolutely stunning. And even, it matches my shoes. Well, I do think that this is absolutely urban outdoor. It matches my shoes and it is for city and country life.